Hi all, right back with more enemy action Ardennes playing the Allied solo. This is my take 2, this is the 17th part 3. Right, so not long put together part 2, so we'll see if we can squeeze another part in today. Might get it done, might run out of time though, but however. Okay, so that was a quick Allied impulse. We deployed the 18th, the 7th Armour for the 18th Corps there. That was about as best we can do. Yeah, just remembering now we lost Bastogne, didn't we? Just like that. That was only one unit as well, eh? And we got unlucky with that battle for sure. It just shows you what can happen. Right, okay, it's back to the Germans. Yeah, we had an impulse, we deployed them, that was that. And we just deployed units, so we don't need to have any units marked for next turn. Right, okay, so German impulse, here we go. We get the 47th supplementary card, 6th Panzer Army card. Okay, it's probably going to be that way then, isn't it? Because this is not a primary card. Let me remind myself though. So select the card mark primary. Two card. Right, hang on. If both or neither are primary, which is the case. The higher command value. Yeah, so it's going to be the 6th Panzer Army card rather than the 47th. Bridge Engineer's event on this. Infantry infiltration is combat tactic, but Bridge Engineer's event might happen. No, I'm not so sure it's going to grant. Anyway, that's order of the cards. So we do need to check for the Bridge Engineers event. So let's just see if they can play this. We can. I mean, there's still these 3 broken bridges. And, well, there's Allied zone of control in this hex across this one. There's an Allied unit across this one. And there's an Allied unit across this one. So I don't think they are going to be able to play that, which is sort of a bit of a bummer, because there's a good chance this card will maybe be a second impulse for them. So repair or destroy bridge or build a new one, but it's unlikely. They're only going to build a new one if they can bring supply to a unit, isn't it? I think. So how's a bridge eligible then? A broken bridge. If a bridge is eligible, repair it. Hang on, I'm missing a bit. Yeah. So repair a destroyed bridge or build a new bridge across the river hexside within 1 hex of a supplied German unit. Both hexes bordering the hexside must be free of Allied control, and at least one of those hexes must be in German supply. German units negate Allied zones of control in the hex they occupy for this purpose. Yeah, so if we add a German unit in there, it would matter. I mean, this guy's in low supply, but he still exerts zone of control. Ooh. Yeah, he's a 2-step unit. Yeah, that would have been relevant if he'd been one. He's in a town though, isn't he, Grant? Yeah, so he would still exert control anyway. So he's exerting zone of control into this hex. He's in this hex, and this guy's in this hex. So neither of the 3 bridges can be repaired. Yeah. If no destroyed bridges are eligible, check for unbridged river hexside is eligible for bridge building. River hexside is eligible if a new bridge there would allow German units unable to trace supply to do so. I mean, I could have a quick glance at that, but I don't think. I mean, they've got this bridge here, and there's no issues with zones of control. So, I mean, this guy, he can trace supply right through over that bridge, and that's fine. These 2 bridges I've got as well. the Piper, not the Piper unit, the VD, was it? Bond the height unit. I don't think can get supply anyway. I mean, if he could, it would be fine, I think. Well, mind you, this bridge, although in German control, can't be traced across because of this unit. But there's this one just further down. So, like, for instance, this unit here can trace down here and here and then across that way. As can all these 3 stacks go through that one. Yeah, there's not a problem. The von der Height unit can't trace supply, and building a new bridge is not going to help them. Yeah, in fact, no, because he can't get across these bridges to trace supply anyway, because these are allied bridges. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no... 1, 2, no, there's not a problem. All these units can... this guy can go 1, 2 into there, and then he's on a road, goes across his own bridge in a way. Right, so that bridge engineer event isn't going to happen. Which is probably a bad thing for us. I mean, unless it does come in and you get used as a combat tactic for infantry infiltration, but, well, we shall see. Right, so 6 Panzer Army card is what we're going to be playing. So we've got to activate the 6 Panzer Army unit with most non-bracket 6 Panzer Army units within 2 X's and all those units. Activate reserve units in the same division as active units. They're still not getting reserves. We need the army group card for that. Now, we've got to remember that they get to use artillery tactics with all the attacks in this impulse. Okay, so leave that there just now. 6 Panzer Army are the light grey ones, the first SS really. And the, what was it, 67 Corps, that's in, it's just A2 in it. Yeah. Well, that are in play anyway. The second SS come in, and then there's a no, that's it, I think, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be the first SS. I mean, my guess could be it's going to be boom right there, isn't it? Right on the Piper unit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'll just go and double check. Yeah, I don't even think this needs much checking, does it? It's pretty straightforward if I zoom in there a little bit. That grabs that stack, that stack, that stack, that stack, that stack, and that stack. It grabs all of the first SS. So yeah, I mean, if I put it there to try and grab that unit, it means I then miss out on that, and that. I'm missing out on 4 units to grab 1 unit there. So yeah, it's going to go in there. So let me get something to mark that with. Right, so that's where the centre activation is going to be. I've not counted the numbers, but it's definitely there. Okay, so activate that unit. And all units within 2 hexes of that. Well, all 6 Panzer Army units. There's no reserves. And use artillery tactics with all attacks. Okay. Right, well, let's do it then. Right, okay. Right, there's no... no, hang on. The objective markers just moved recently anyway. There's no roadblocks adjacent to any of them, is there? No. Right, so we don't need to worry about that. The objective marker just moved recently, so my guess is there's nothing on saying that. That's not far away from it, is it? This guy, nah, he's not going to make it, but it was 3 to move into there, actually, isn't it? Well, oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing proximate or within 2. There's no German units proximate or within 2 of that. So it's going to stay where it is, right? Right, so just about getting things moving, eh? Yeah, okay. So movement methods. Well, no, there's not going to be any special moves. Nothing can exit the map. Nothing can move adjacent to the muse, and nothing can enter an empty allied VP hex. Oh. Close to an objective and next to VP hex then. Movement method 2. Well, we couldn't do that. We activated them the last time. Well, not the whole core, but the first SS and the 12th SS, wasn't it? So I'm guessing we're probably in the same boat, because the allies do still have the line cut off here. Held. The lines, there's no gaps. Even here, there's not a gap going through there. I mean, we know the 47 further down have broken through, but it's a different sort of bit. So I don't think anyone can move. Elsenberg, is it? Is probably the closest looking one to them. But yeah, nothing can move adjacent to that. And you know, if we look down here, the Germans have got St. Vith, and then Vilsam's away along here. That's too far away from them. So they're not going to be able to move adjacent with movement method 2. Move adjacent to an ally VP hex. Right, is there any surround possibilities? Well, did I not say last time that putting something in there was going to surround this unit? So that'll still be the case, I think. Yeah, it is, because Germans have zones of control here, 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 and here. They do not have a zone of control here, so he does have an escape route, but a unit going in there does indeed. So that's going to go in descending order, I would think. Yes. Move active non-bracketed units, each to a hex that, if occupied by the unit, would cause one or more allied units not surrounded to become surrounded. More than one unit may move as long as each causes a different allied unit to become surrounded. Okay. And then there's a German unit already causing an allied unit to be surrounded, but it's not adjacent, moves adjacent, blah blah blah. Is there any other possible surround? When I looked at first, I think that's only one, to be honest. Because they've got their line held, I think this is only unit surroundable. I mean, putting a unit there does not surround that. He's got an out. We can't get anything in here to surround that. So, and further up, they've got their line still intact, pretty much. Yeah, so I think it's only that. So we're looking for the highest numbered non-bracketed unit. Right, that's 36. That's bracketed down the bottom. I've got 15 and 14, so I've got 15 in here. Is he able to reach though? Probably not. Because he's adjacent, be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these can't reach this hex anyway. Selector number 11 there, 32 underneath, but that's bracketed. Underneath the Piper, we've got 9. So it might be unit selector number 11 here. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to be the armoured unit. That's 8. That's 10. Let's say 32, but it's bracketed. So I think this guy moves from here to here. Now, can he do any shenanigans? Not really. No, that's fine. So he's moving from here to here with movement method 3 to cause surround on that guy. Yeah. And just to show you where the surround, this guy's obviously exerting zone of control in here. And this guy now exerts the control there, which surrounds that unit. Okay. Right, I don't think anybody else can become surrounded, so I'm going to move on. Open supply line doesn't start until the 19th. Right, infantry moves though, 5 to 9. There's quite a few, so there's 3 of them in there. And there's one under here, like I just said. Well, maybe I should bring them up top, actually. So that's 4. There's one there that's bracketed 5. Is that it? Yeah, these are all armoured, aren't they? Right, so there's 5 infantry units to consider. Move adjacent to ally VP hex. No, we would have been doing that. Movement method 2 if we could. Enter an empty town. No. I mean, there's an empty town back here, but it needs to be in allied supply, I think. Move active infantry units each to an empty allied town. Oh, or an empty German town, which allied supply can be traced to. Yeah, so we move into an allied town clearly, but this is an empty German town, but it's not in allied supply, so it doesn't need to worry about it. Next one, move adjacent to allied unit or town. Infantry move adjacent, right, which no non-bracket German unit, right. If the unit is already the only non-bracketed German, it does not move, its movement is considered complete. Well, there's 3 of them in this hex, so they are all adjacent to these 2. This guy's also adjacent. Was this one? This is infantry here as well, Grant, innit? I'll put them up top as well then. Oh, actually, there you go. Oh, no, it's not. This infantry unit's adjacent to this, so that's not a move. There's infantry adjacent to this, and this, and this. So yeah, that's not going to happen either. And there's not just one unit. Well, this is one unit, but it's not active. If this was, then this unit would be considered its movement complete. But he's not part of what we're activated here. Right, enter town occupied by German armour. I don't think none of these are towns, are they? This is the one that just to allow the German armour to then move away, you know? No, there's not. No. No. And then relieve the detachment, that starts on the 18th. So yeah, straight through to movement methods 10 to 13 now then. So this goes in ascending order, so I'll need to bring that back up top on it. There's the Piper unit. He's going to be the first to look at. So let's just look at him first. He's not going to be able to move back via arrows. No. Because he can't move that way and he can't move that way. Yeah, they're all a bit hemmed in, aren't they? But they'll no doubt have an attack. Or we'll be checking for that anyway. So no arrows. Can he move closer to his army objective then? I'm kind of doubting that. No, I don't think so. Remember, these 2 hexes are full. Not that these are getting close to his army objective. The army objective is just to the west. It's just straight along, same hex row actually. It's 9 away for the army. He can get in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and white breaking zone of control. And this is a clear out, so he could move back into there. But it's the same distance. So that's not any good. So no. So infiltrate towards army objective. Well, no as well, because the only hex he could infiltrate into would be this, and I've just said we could move around and that. It's not getting close to his army objective though. So no. Move adjacent to an allied unit if not already adjacent. So he's just going to stay where he is. He's not moved though, so we need to remember that. So I'm going to put him back down the bottom again. Right, selector number 2 is here. And 3 is underneath that as well. Arrows, unlikely. No, the only arrows got going that way. Now, however, can he maybe get closer to his army objective? Probably not as well, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's 10 away there. 1, 2, breaking zone of control. 3, 4, 5 into here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that is 9 away there. Well, he wants to. See, he can't get into here, I don't think. Because he wants to move adjacent to an allied unit if he can. He wants to prefer that. Is this closer though, Grant? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is closer. So in actual fact, 4, 5 into there is, I think, where he's wanting to go, isn't he? Because I'll just zoom out a little, just so you can count hexes if you want. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 away there. That's 10 away, but that's 1, 2, breaking zone of control. 3, 4. He can't move into there, like I say, but into there for 5. And then he's 9 away. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that gets him closer, but this hex here, he can break zone of control into here for 4 movement, and then back in this square hex for another 1. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. And remember, he wants to prefer adjacent to an allied unit with 3 to 1 combat strength advantage. So yeah, I think he goes there. Now tactical adjustments can't trigger there because there's another unit. He's leaving another unit here anyway. What I think's going to happen is Unit 3's probably going to want to do the same, but he's going to tactically adjust back to the empty hex. So I think this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, breaking zone of control into the woods, and then 5 back into here, adjacent to this unit. That's a preferential hex over that hex because there's a 3 to 1 advantage on this. I mean, there is. That's 7, 12 already, and there's other units that are going to move against 3, so there's a 3 to 1 advantage there. And he's got 1 hex closer to his army objective. So, okay. Right, selector number 3. Like I say, he would want to do the same thing, and he would prefer this hex over this hex, because the 3 to 1 advantage again. So he actually wants to do the same move, however, he's then going to tactically adjust back into here. Now, I still didn't look into the whole clarification, and nobody said anything yet, about, I know looking back on things and watching back on some of the older stuff, John Brown's take on this as, I think it's this one. John Brown's take on this that as he has moved, or hang on, I might be calling you out wrong there, John. It's difficult because he wants to move into this hex, and he would be considered moved here, but because he tactically adjusts back to here, he doesn't technically move out of the hex. He doesn't do any movement at all. But I'm sure we'll get it sorted when it matters, which is going to be. The thing is, these are going to attack anyway, probably. So, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm going to say that he's not going to do anything else. But I don't think he's actually moved. But I know this came up previously. Like I say, I don't know. I think we got some clarification, and it could well be it's in one of these questions. I think did I not say I was going to sit and read through these questions and study them and see? Well, it's quite possible, but what is that? It's movement method 11 we're trying to do, is it? Yeah. Give me a second. No, I think I possibly looked at these already to see if that might have been one of the questions that was put in there. No, I do get a feeling that it was resolved, and I should probably just maybe if I go and look it up. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can work it out now. Okay, I'm not sure. I get the feeling maybe this hasn't been fully clarified before. I thought it would have been ironed out, this one, but I'm not so sure. Like I say, I don't know. This unit wants to move into here. We tactically adjust back to here. Has he moved? Has he not moved? No, I think I mentioned it already in this recent playthrough, and nobody said anything. So, if anybody knows for sure and could point me to where it's clarified that this unit has actually been considered to have moved, and the other bit is, and I think this is the bit that John Brown had mentioned before, the movement method that says considered complete. Another bit that threw me, you've got consider complete. That's movement method 7 and 8 that use the words consider complete. I don't know, I'm maybe going over this and over it again. And the other one in movement method 12, the infiltrate action, says its wording is different in my opinion, but I think this is the bit that John classed as being the same. Where is it? Yeah, all active units in the hex from which the move began are considered to have moved. That feels different to me. Considered to have moved means that your class name has moved, whereas movement considered complete is... I feel it's different, but it might be intentionally... It might have been intended to be the same, but maybe not. So yeah, I'm not sure if we got the answers to these, but if anybody knows both these questions I'm trying to ask, then please leave a comment. Okay, let's just move on, or I'm going to run out of... Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to run out of time anyway, so... I'll just pause wherever I am. I'm just looking at the clock thinking I'm running out of time already. Well, to be honest, I might as well just pause it here, really. Well, this selector number 3 I was on, wasn't I? It's a bit of a stupid place to be leaving it, Grant. Yeah, I've got a lot more to look at and move yet, haven't I? I should have looked at the clock before I started this and realised I was never going to get very far. Well, I suppose 28 minutes in, at least I've got that done, and I can just add to that. I'm probably going to have to look back over where I'm at just now. Yeah, I better just stop for now, actually. So I'll just continue this when I get the chance, but hopefully part 2 I can get uploaded tomorrow sometime. Okay, I'll be back soon. Cheers. Hi all. Right, back to continue this part 3 of the 17th. And I'm glad I didn't push on too far with that. What a terrible mistake this is. I'm sure everybody would have seen this, not just Ramon who had pointed out to me. I think he was the quickest to watch it back. Now, can I see these? I think these have just moved in here, haven't they? I'm trying to... Yeah, they are in there. No, hang on. Oh, he's... this is going to be fiddly. Right. The mistake is that when I activated... this activation was activate the 1st SS Panzer Division of the 1st SS Panzer Corps and the 12th SS Panzer Division of the 1st SS Panzer Corps. So I took 2 chunk. This one didn't move at all actually, and he's still sitting as he was, isn't he? So that's the 12th SS, and they are intact. Well, the 1st SS were in this hex here, was it? Yeah, I think so. And there's one of them ended up moving down here. There's the other one. And Grant, for some reason, thought this was the 3rd one. This is just an independent unit, this. Zoom right in there. That is not part of the 1st SS Division. It's part of the 1st SS Corps, like, which is on the right there, but you can see the division symbols are in the middle, top of the middle. And as we all know, the other 1st SS Division unit is the Piper unit, and it's down here. And so it should have been activated along with that, and this unit here, which I'm going to move back now, should not have even been activated. So he should still be back there. So I want to say, I'm just looking across there, 0903. Hang on, Grant, where are you looking? That's 0903. Is there something in there? Yeah, there is. No. Right, these two are down here. This one came from here to here, I think. I think that's what happened. Basically, what I'm having to do is put this back. I'm going to redo this, because this was the next. We had a impulse in between, and that's the Germans' next impulse, and it was activate the 6th Panzer Army units. Right, let me. Yeah, and Ramon, he suggested where this should have went, because we didn't move this. Now, so we done an attack check here, and we done an attack check here, and both of them failed. Oh, God, no. That's not going to fail now, though, is it, Grant? That's annoying as well, because I've drawn cards. I hate when that happens. What should have happened is this. Remember, we were talking about being able to cause surround, and that's if we could have got into this hex. Well, neither of the units, or where were these? Oh yeah, these were here. These were here, and I thought they could have reached here, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get into there. And of course, they've not got 6 movement. Well, the Piper has, but he's closer to it. So, if I could have got a unit into there, it would. So the Piper unit was sitting here, and he can go 4, breaking zone of control into there, and 5 back into there. He would have made that move. That's the move he would have made. This unit wouldn't have got a move because he's not part of the 1st SS Division. And they too would have done what they done. Still. Yes. And then, so the problem is, when we done the attack check here, which would have been the first attack check, well, you know what? I'll keep the die roll. This is going to be awkward though. What I think I'm going to have to do is, I don't want to mess about with the cards. I mean, that's 2 really good cards that they've drawn, but, and I don't know which, I want to say this was the next card we drew. We drew this first, and then that second. It's just now I'm more likely going to have a combat here and need to draw a combat tactic. And technically, it would be this that I would have drawn for the combat tactic. But, you know, I know in the past I would have went back and put the cards back in order and done that, because that's how the cards come out. I sort of feel like just drawing a card off the top for this. I know it's just not how I like it to happen, but I don't like the fact that I know what these 2 cards are. And now is there a chance it might have still failed? I don't think so, because we got 16 against 3 plus 1, 16 against 4. Well, it was quite a high die roll though, wasn't it? But 16 against 4 is 4 to 1, isn't it? Oh, 4 to 1's a go ahead anyway. We don't even roll a die, Grant. Well, you know, you could put the cards back. Because there was no support card. This was used from the support card box to become a second impulse for them that last time. So, I mean, basically that's how things were. That was there. Now, if I was to draw a combat tactic for them right now, this is the. I'm pretty sure this was the card that was drawn first, and not that. I suppose if this is drawn first, it might be okay, and then I can just draw another card, and then we can go back and reset. And I know it's horrible, isn't it? That's such a stupid mistake. That's me just becoming sloppy. I mean, I could start making excuses about I'm away from the game far too much now. I'm not really concentrating on it as much, but if you are going to have big gaps in between, you shouldn't be making sloppy mistakes like that, Grant. Let me just see how the cards were drawn for that next impulse for the Germans. Yeah, so it was indeed this card that was drawn first, so I wonder if I should just put the cards back as they were and draw this as a combat tactic. I feel like that's how I want to do it. I don't like messing about. I know they're random cards, but we've been here before where I always think you're going to disturb the universe if you start messing about with cards. I did look at the die roll. It was a 9 we rolled with a -1, which took it to an 8. Which meant there was no attack because it needed to be 3-1 or greater. But we've got 4-1 from the start, haven't we? I mean, he would. Oh, well, no, he would look first. He could look at that or that actually, but then he's only on his own attacking that. So that's 6-2. That's 3-1, and that's 16-4, which is 4-1. Yeah. So this is where the attack's going to go. Right, I'm going to take this cube away now. We're going to have to redo this. Infantry infiltration, does that benefit them at all? I mean, I shouldn't really be concerning myself with it. It's what should happen now. I suppose you might be saying, well, you know, it's a strong card, this, but this is what would have happened, you know? And that's what bothers me about changing things, about not using this card and drawing a card off the top. Or, you know, because this is what we should have drawn. This is the card that we should have drawn for this combat. So I'm going to do it. This card, I'm going to reset this German impulse. I'm going to put that card back on top of the deck. I'm going to put this card back on top of the deck. So that's the top card of the deck. And we're just going to rewind to this. Back to this, so it's actually this card that's in use, and I can come back to that. Obviously, what was I done for my Allied Impulse? I deployed these units, didn't I? Yeah, I deployed these 7th Armoured units. I don't think that shouldn't really affect, well, yeah, I mean, even if they take this guy out, they can only advance into there. I don't think that's going to have any effect. So that's fine. We can just say that's still our impulse, and then I'll finish this impulse, and then I'll draw 2 new cards. Well, we know one of them is going to be the 6th Panzer Army card, but what the other one's going to be is not the 47th one now. So, okay, let's just do that. So we've got odds of yeah. I suppose the other thing is though I could play a combat tactic, you know. Well, why didn't you just not play a combat tactic, Grant? Because I can't remember. Obviously, I had the card to play that, which would have gave me that is engineers. Well, I've got an IP anyway. What was the other cards I had? I think I drew this, didn't I? And I drew this, and yeah, I drew something else as well, didn't I? Oh, you know what? It's my mistake. I'm not going to allow myself. I'm just not going to bother playing a combat tactic. That then makes it more messy. So, let me just put that up there. So, what have we got? We've got 16 to 4. Well, 16 to 3 now, isn't it? We're not looking situational, eh? So 16 to 3 is 5 to 1 then, isn't it? Yeah, so 5 to 1. Use the white dice, isn't it? So 5 to 1. However, you should draw. Right, so we need to draw a combat tactic. And we know what this card is. But that's the way I'm doing it. It makes me feel better, but I do feel a bit rubbish about it. But only because it's such a silly mistake that I've made. Yeah, so it's not overwhelming. So we're going to draw combat tactic. This is the card we draw. They get infantry infiltration, which does it not mean that they're flanking? Well, it can't be a town. It's got an IP, so at least is it not giving them that benefit then? Where are we? Infantry infiltration. Where are you? Attacker only. If the defender is in a non-town or city hex, the defender is considered flanked. Okay, so that's a benefit at least. Furthermore, attack is not considered a one hex attack. Right, yeah. I mean, it's considered flanked. Yeah, I mean, yes, I know if you were playing as the Germans right now, you would want that card to activate the 47, but and it looked like well, I don't know. We hadn't gone through the process of activating everybody. They might well use the infantry infiltration combat tactic from the support card anyway. You know, I think it's quite possible. We might see once we move into the next impulse. Well, of course, the thing here is, if I now draw a primary card along with this, then it's going to go in the clan box, and this is going to go here, isn't it? That's going to be even more of a mess. But well, stop making mistakes, Grant. Stop making mistakes. Right, so that causes flank anyway, and it gives what does it give? An extra chip pool. Oh, sorry, hang on. Right, sorry, phone call. Let me put that on silent in case that happens again. What was drawing a combat tactic. Right, okay. So how many chip pools? Where are we? It's here, isn't it? So one is 3 units. One for the elites, one for the Pipers go 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, isn't it? 3 units. One for elites, 4. One for the 3 steps is 5. One for the infantry infiltration is 6. And that's that, isn't it? Yeah, no, there was no support card, yada yada yada. There was no reserves, so yeah. And like I say, now I would have the opportunity to play a combat tactic, but I'm just gonna leave it. It was my mistake. I might not have bothered anyway. I can't remember. I know I drew the one with the bug out. I remember talking about that. I drew the 8 core card, the no command card. It must have been one of the 12 core cards, I think. So I think I've got an option of engineers or artillery, or it could be reinforced battle, but I wouldn't be able to reinforce battle because remember, this has moved in to surround that guy anyway. So I mean, I dare say my option might have been artillery, so we'll see. If some artillery chips come up, then that'll be that. Right, okay, so 6 chip pools, 5 to 1 odds. Let's just put them in here somewhere. Right, let's get the first chit. Right, first chit is going to count. Only attacker armor. It is indeed. And second chit counts as well. 3 to 1 odds. They've got 5 to 1, so this isn't looking good. Oh dear, this is going horrible. Only attacker combined arms. That applies as well. So D3. Next one's artillery chit. None of us played that. I think that's a possible combat tactic I could have played, but it's not a D- one either, which is probably what I'd be looking for right now. So anyway, I didn't play it, so it doesn't apply. This one doesn't apply either. It was greater than or equal to 8 to 1 in the front. They've only got 5 to 1. It's not less than 3 to 1. So 5 chits, 1 to go. I'll just keep the camera on here. Excuse me. Sorry, I've got the flu or a cold again. I just seem to be never away from it, honestly. But that's an 8 to 1 as well. Or 4 to 1. The 4 to 1's going to apply. That could have been quite relevant, that last chat. So that's 6 chats. It's going to be a D4. Oh dear. So, yeah, I maybe should have left the chats there that applied. But it was D4 anyway. So 4 hits to us, none to them. One's going to soak up the IP. And knocking it down to 3. Now. Is he going to survive? One. I don't care, is he? No, I'm kind of glad he's not because, well, I'm sort of thinking I shouldn't really know these are here, but then again, you could have thought ahead to them going to be there, Grant, maybe. But I think he's going to die anyway. So he can't retreat. Well, he's retreating into. Well, actually, I know, but he'll retreat into here because he can trace supply. I'm thinking he wouldn't normally retreat across the river, would he? Doesn't really matter here, Grant. He's going to die because he's going to have to retreat his first hex into a zone of control, isn't he? That's not occupied by an allied unit. Let me just get retreats up, I suppose. Retreats. Into a hex not in enemy control. We can't do that. Into a hex in enemy control, occupied by a friendly supplied unit. We can't do that either. Into a non-occupied hex in enemy control and in friendly supply. This retreat requires removal of a step. Yeah, so there's a thing that he's not going to be in supply there. Well, actually, it could be in supply there or there. So you can do either one of them. So, why are you bothering though? Can I not just concur that he's dead? He goes into there to satisfy and has to take a step loss, right? Now, I'm not sure which hex. It's probably my choice here. Eh? So we put him in there, and he has to take a step loss as well because he's in zone of control. I've got 2 hits now still to take. That was just the first retreat. So I can do my second retreat, satisfies it, and then I'm going to take the last step loss. So he is dead. Now, so, yeah. Right, where was combat was there, just to keep an eye on that. That's that done. Now that's 2 more units that have been eliminated there. So I'll take both of them and chuck them in the little cup that I've got there. Yeah, and chalk up the Germans for another victory point up to 9. We can remove these and take that combat tactic away. Yeah, that would be discarded. Well, in fact, this. No, just leave it now, Grant. Leave it now. Right, so advance after combat. That's selector number 1. It's not arrows. Primary, secondary, across the river, into VPX, naval supply, no. Into town or Kossuth, is it Kossuth's army objective? I don't think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's the same. So that's another route. So he's not going to advance. However, they will roll because it's not arrows. Take that way. We know where it is. It's not arrows, but it's that is going to be close to his army objective. Primary, secondary, forward route across the river and closer to into VPX naval supply. Right, no, it's a 1 to 7 that'll go if it's closer to army objective. So a 1 to 7 for selector number 2. That's a 10. Thumpy. So he's not. So selector number 3 will be the same. So a 1 to 7. Oh, it's a 3. So he will. So maybe I kind of. If he dice that, it just seems to drop dead. It's still coming out a little cup that I'm shaking. So he advances. Now remember, there's a possible 2-hex advance here. The next one's going to be across the river though. Now there's considered no path of retreat because the unit was eliminated. However, when deviating from the path of retreat, the advancing unit may not move directly from one enemy controlled hex to another, may not cross an unbridged river. Yeah, I think that's, well, actually, you can move down to here, Grant. Well, there's no arrows in that hex. I think that's going to be other route as well. That's not getting closer to his army objective. No, it's not. His army objective's there. That's not getting closer. No. And he can't advance the second hex across an unbridged river because there's no path of retreat. That's right, isn't it? That's right. When a unit dies, it's considered no path of retreat. That's in here somewhere. In the errata. Somewhere. I want to pause and find it. Yeah, this is errata for all games. That's maybe why I didn't see it. It applies to 2-player, German Soul and Ally Soul. Attacking unit advancing a second hex after eliminating the defenders in a combat is deviating from the path of retreat since there was no retreat for purposes of determining which hex. So the second, and it says in page 50, the second hex entered in the advance may be any hex adjacent to that hex. However, when deviating from the path of retreat, the advancing unit may not move directly from one enemy controlled hex to another, may not cross an unbridged river, may not enter forest hex unless enter along the road. So that's just what I said, isn't it? Yeah. So they are deviating from the path of retreat, right? And he's not going to go there. So that's another route, and he's not going to advance into that. That's him done, because that's relevant to where they end up. Well, assuming we see this 5th Panzer Army card, 6th Panzer Army card, sorry. Right, I think that's that done, and then that would be that. Yeah, because every one of the first SS and second and the 12th SS they all moved or attacked, and yeah, I mean properly this time because let's go rather than counting this guy instead of the Piper unit, which is really daft. I don't know. Yeah, just clumsy really. Right, and then after that, our impulse would have been to play this card here and deploy the 7th Armoured units. Nothing's interfered with that. I then drew my hand up to the 5 cards, and then we passed again. So I'm just going to draw the top 2 cards here, and because I'm adding on to 30 minutes here, and I don't have long anyway, I'm just going to call that a wrap. So unfortunately, the first 30 minutes of this is me talking about this, and well, hopefully it's still going to be the command card, but I got this bad feeling now that we're going to draw a primary card as a second card. So German Impulse, I'm just going to draw the cards just so I know where I'm at. So 6 Panzer Army card, don't make it primary, please. Oh, it's not good. So it's going to be that order still, because that's the highest command value. Sorry, I'm pausing to cough again. I'm trying to anyway. And that'll be the support card. So things will still be the same. So we're still looking for that. Now, there's a slight change because this unit's now not involved. What else is maybe not involved though? Yeah, no, you know what? It's going to go right there, isn't it? It's going to go right there. Am I thinking it's grabbing more here? I think it maybe is. Or was it this guy never got grabbed the last time with it? I think it's going there and it's going to grab that stack, that. It's just not going to get this guy because he moved illegally. Okay, well, I'll double check that when I do come back. So I know that was only an hour, 25 minutes or so added on there, but at least it's another part. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Ramon. I feel rather embarrassed about that mistake. But there you go. You can do daft things, can't you? Like I say, I don't know if it's because I'm not spending as much time on the game and I'm having big breaks in between. So, but that sounds like a pure excuse for that one, really. Don't think there was anything else to mention. That was the only thing that Ramon commented on. I think I'm up to date with everything else. I hope to be back. I hope to get a chance over this weekend to maybe have another part, or maybe two if I get lucky and get more time. We'll see though. So I'll be back to do this next German Impulse proper the next time, hopefully. Okay, cheers.